Do you know what I did once on a plane? There were two bald men, and I was sitting next to a kid, and they were swearing. They were like low rent bald men swearing on the plane. So they fell asleep, and I had a red Sharpie, and I drew two nipples on the back of their head. The kid was dying laughing because it looked like two boobs sticking up over the seat every time they moved their heads up and
That
down.
is
The kid could
awesome.
not stop laughing. Yeah.
I'm opening up the show with this, just so you know. Hey, this is Andrew Stewart from Backstage Lowdown. Lance is on hiatus today, but we've got one special guest for you. We have Canadian comic extraordinaire Jeremy Hotz. He's bringing his show Très Misérables to Toronto's Great Hall on March the 14th, and we get to sit down with him and enjoy a couple of laughs along the way. This episode is sponsored by Look Digital Marketing. From stunning websites to full-service digital marketing, they help your business shine online. See the difference with Look Digital Marketing. Visit lookmarketing.ca today. Look no further. Now here we go. So I understand that I guess you're probably on your 10th national tour and now bringing Très
Yeah,
Misérables
you know,
to,
it's wrong, and the press that comes out,
is
they're
it?
like, yeah, it's like my 15th or 16th. They're way behind, and
Well,
whenever I
I
read it,
was
I
gonna
just go, you
say,
call it tense 10 every time. I
like,
keep
I've
saying,
been following your comedy career for like at least 20, maybe 25 years.
I
I'm kind of
know,
like, it can't be
no,
that
no,
little, but
no.
I guess I'm wrong.
Listen, don't read anything about me. It's garbage. Don't read.
Unless it's come from the
I
horse's
don't even
mouth.
know where it comes. Half the stuff I don't even know where it comes from. I don't know what guy is doing it, but there's someone giving out incredible misinformation about me. Don't know
Okay,
who
so
it is.
it stops here.
Okay,
So you're
okay.
rolling into Toronto on March the 14th, playing
Yeah.
Toronto's Great Hall.
Yeah, it's a nice
I hope at
venue,
least
eh?
that's correct.
Yeah, that's real, and that's a real pretty venue unless they've changed it.
You never know.
You
Things
don't.
change so fast.
You know what the
And they seem to be
pandemic did?
changing
It made pretty
faster.
stuff ugly. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Stuff we
right.
loved isn't so good anymore. That's the truth, you know?
So,
Where's your podcast from? Is that your house?
yeah. So
What's
I'm based
that
out of
old
Waterloo.
radio? What is that?
That's GE Electric. That actually came out of my grandparents' place.
How old is that thing, man?
That is it. I I'm gonna guess 75 years
Can
is
you
my
plug it in the
thought.
wall and then it still goes?
Not very well. It still
Uh,
goes. Need to go get new tubes for it, to be honest.
would
And I'm
that
hoping
work?
that's I don't know. I'm hoping
Okay.
that's all it would be.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it just kind of sits back there. I've got speakers on my desk that I generally listen through.
Yeah.
And but it's a real cool piece to
It
have. And
is.
the fact that it came from family as opposed to just heading up the local antique market and
Yeah.
bringing it back home, it
Someone
means,
owned it in your
yeah.
family.
Oh,
Someone went to the store and
exactly.
went, that looks modern. I'm going to bring that home.
So what can people expect who are coming out to the show this season? Like, is it going to be something different,
Well, you
or
know me. I hear most of it for the first time too. I mean, Jesus, come on,
you
man.
know
You know
what,
what I mean? I've
that's
done this for
honestly,
40 years. I have to entertain myself. Come
as
on, I'm
long
gonna
as
get
you
out
are
there.
entertained at the end of the day, And that's
Honestly,
the important thing.
I do view that because I do live by that because they're my fans. So if I'm having a good time, they are. There's no
Yeah.
question about it.
No,
I mean, it's
that's
not like
awesome.
I invented this kind of comedy, so they don't really have a choice. It's like if you want to see this kind of comedy, you got to see me because I'm the only guy. So it's kind of like being a Leafs fan. Even when
You
they're
really
shitty, you got to follow the team.
you really have kind of created this career just based on frustration with the world.
It's
Um,
everything against comedy in a row that works when you put it all together. It works.
like, do you think the world is actually becoming more absurd, or
Yeah.
are you just noticing it more now?
No, no, I become very much in fashion because of the state of the world. I think it's fantastic. When things go like this, I get to stand there and go, you see, I told
Told
you
you
this was going to
so. You
happen.
should
I
have
told
listened to me 5 years ago and 10 years ago.
I'm not the guy on the street corner on a box. I'm for real here.
Exactly. People paid money to see me tonight.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Like, I'll be honest, when you do your show, it does seem that it's almost very improvised,
It
and
is,
that
though.
you're just
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
almost creating the moment there on the stage. Like, how much of it is it actually that, and how much of it is
60,
your
60, 40. You
yeah?
know what I mean? It's that high. Yeah, it really is because I constantly challenge myself because I'm not a Jeremy Hotz fan, so I try to trip myself up on stage.
It's always good to have a challenge.
Yeah, well, I got to get by myself just to get out there anyway. So I may as well be at war with myself the whole time I'm on stage, you
So
know?
when you're prepping for going out on a show like this, like, are you going out and like playing small rooms beforehand to kind of get ready for the
No,
show?
I'm different that way in the sense that all I do is I walk the dog or I go outside and then some bad shit happens to me and then I put it in the show. That's how that works for me. You see what happens? So going on and saying things I've already said, I know those. I don't care. But
Yeah.
the new, yeah, that I'm all about that. I'm all about, the people in the autograph line saying, I saw you 2 years ago. It's a completely different show. And I go, yeah, I can't remember the old one.
Couldn't tell you if you wanted me to. Like, have you found that um that funny has changed for you, at least since you began to
Yeah.
where you're at right now?
Yeah, yeah, I have. For me, it's been the internet was a real big thing for me, right? That really like I have all these like 500,000 TikTok followers and I'm 60. So there you go. Don't ever let them say you're too old for anything. You can't do this, you can't do that. You go do. And then there's no rules, man, in the world, and there
Yeah,
never has been. I mean, stop dissuading other people just because you don't want to do something.
well, I guess
Right?
when you started out, there was all these gatekeepers that were out there
Yes.
that you had to get through that front door, that person standing there to even get up on
You don't
stage
understand
originally.
how that worked against me. It was complete garbage, and they kept me down, and they made sure that I didn't advance because I was better than their clients. And that's all there is to it. And I know that for a fact. And the proof is, as soon as the internet came along and I started throwing my stuff to the world, I became international in like months. So come on, man,
That
get out of the
that's
way,
I'll
you
be honest,
know?
that seems crazy to me that it was the internet. So we're talking the big boom. I shouldn't say big boom. It kind of happened that late 90s, early 2000s when like I think I got my first email address back in like
Was it
1999
the
or
90s?
something.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Wow,
that's
it's
when I got my first email address was
funny.
in 99, like 98, 99.
Well, you
About
think it's your whole
that.
life. You really just believe it was your whole life now, right? I mean, like
Oh,
I can't.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
I can't even.
and
Yeah.
I like and to me anyway, it seemed that you had already made it at that point. At least maybe from
Well,
a
you know what
Toronto
it is with me,
perspective.
huh? I got to tell you something. I'm
Yeah.
an extremely successful underground comedian. There's not a lot. Most of them aren't. But I actually
How do you
caught on to this
become
next
a
thing.
successful underground comedian?
Yes, yes, I really
Everybody
am.
knows you,
And
but
you
you're
know
still
what? The
underground.
fans, that's the thing that you asked me before, what the difference is. For me now, when the fans come to see me, because it's been so many years, they know my style, they know what to expect. It becomes easier. It becomes easier for you a little bit. You know,
Hmm.
they give you a little bit of leeway that you did not have when they did not know who you were. There it is.
Yeah.
Fair to say. So
They
if you're a
they
comic and you get to that level, embrace that, use that as much as you possibly can.
that you know what? That was actually going to be, and we'll come right to it now. It was going to be like one of my closing questions for you. You
Yeah.
get a young comic that comes to you
Hmm.
and is trying to make it.
Hmm.
What's your words of advice to that comedian?
They always seem to go, I want to find my difference, what makes me different, my character, my thing, my whatever.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just keep going on, and that will happen naturally. The hand in front of my face, the hand in my eye that has made me signature, the thing that they said at the beginning, why is your hand in front of your face? You'll never go anywhere on television with that shit. And the reason was I didn't even know it's generalized anxiety disorder. I didn't know I was doing it. And when they told me, I realized. And then I didn't really stop doing it. I just never
Just
paid
leaned
attention
into
to
it.
it. Yeah, I didn't come up with a genius thing. It's because I'm mentally challenged.
Honestly, I just thought that was part of the persona of being on stage, but I guess you're right. Once you get up there in the beginning, like everybody has that
Certainly.
little crutch that they start to look to
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
feel comfortable
Yeah.
because it's only you and a microphone and the
What
audience
it's
that's in front
what
of
the
you.
act is supposed to be is he starts very insular and you see, and then as he warms up and they are nice to him, he comes out of his fucking thing. And that's what the beauty of it is. And that's it. And that is real because that's how somebody with what I have,
Yeah.
that's how it affects you. Like I said, I'm not a fan of me. That's from, yeah, that's the way, my mind makes me feel like I'm a piece of garbage
Not
most of the
gonna
time.
go see
Yeah,
me.
it's true. It's the way it is, you know?
So for the, I guess for the young comedian, they've got to kind of get out there, find their own groove, probably write a lot, think a lot.
And surround yourself with like-minded comedians that you can spritz with and bounce stuff off of. It's really important. You can't just put yourself in a room and write stuff by yourself. You got to get out and experience stuff, and then you go, oh, that, and then here's how I make
Yeah.
that funny. And I mean, gosh, it's if you stay inside, you'll never think of anything.
How
No.
difficult was it for you on like in the early days when you'd go out on the road with like four other comedians in the car and driving across country and
You're young.
everybody is trying to do their bits the
But you're young and you're
entire
excited. If you were an old guy doing that, you jump out of the window of the car and die.
I
That's
would
what you
curse
do. But
you.
yeah, but when you're young, you really don't know anything. So you think what you're doing is great, and it's not.
So,
Yeah.
one of my buddies and one of our earlier guests on the show, Steve Patterson,
I know
uh,
Steve from the
yeah,
CBC. He wears
debaters.
the hat on that show, whatever it's called.
Yep.
Where they
Yeah,
argue with each other.
exactly.
What's it called?
So,
The
the
arguers.
debaters,
The debaters.
they yell and scream at each
The
other. But
arguers.
he used to tell me about going out on the road on the early days and like even then how annoyed he'd become because everybody is trying out their new material. They're trying to get it ready for that night's show. And that's all you're hearing going back and forth. But you're right. Everybody's excited.
Because you're young and yeah, 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 yeah. And when you're younger, you still think you're going to meet the person of your dreams at the show. Unfortunately, they're the person of your nightmares at the show because they're one-nighters in North Battleford or somewhere. You don't even know where you are
I'm
half
gonna need
the
some
time.
directions to North Battleford. I don't even know where that is.
I got followed home from a place called Senior Frogs. It was, do you remember that place?
I've
There was a
been to a
frog
senior
on,
frogs.
oh,
It was down in the Caribbean. Like I think I was in Mexico. I don't know where, but definitely was in a senior frogs.
well, Canada had one and it was suspect. Oh, geez.
There's
Back
now a
in the day, like you think
restraining
back to
order
some of
out on
those
that
gigs you did.
individual.
I mean, I wonder if Patterson thinks back to some of those gigs he did when he was young and goes, "Well, I'm lucky to be alive." Because there was a few instances for me where it was kind of not safe anymore, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I
Like,
started at the beginning of Yuck Yucks. So they
yeah.
would send you to these one-nighters, and sometimes they weren't in the best area and they were run by a guy with a scar that went all the way across his face. And his nickname was Snake because of you see, that's how dumb those people were. Okay. Wow.
All you want is to get paid at the end of the night, and he's threatening your life.
And be alive at the end of the
Yeah,
night,
exactly.
too. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just like to be able to eat tonight. That's all. I'm
People
sure. I'm
don't know what
sorry that
happens. Like they threaten your life, you know? That's like I've been
really
threatened. Oh, yeah. I've been threatened a
that
few times. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that seems absurd to me.
It
That
happens.
that just because somebody isn't digging what you're doing up on the
No, I think it's because it's
stage
not
or
music. So there's nothing going on all the time. So there's gaps in stuff. So then the guy yells out, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." That's what happens. You know?
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a few restraining orders out, is what I'm hearing.
No, I've never really had a thing because usually when somebody comes up against me, because I'm so schooled, they'll never speak in public again. No way,
Yeah.
no way. Don't I look like but then if you challenge me, you're destroyed. And my
Oh
crowd
yeah.
knows that. They sit up front hoping to see that
They
happen.
they want to see it
Yeah, they want to
just
see it. Mhm.
explode and just explode and implode on that individual.
Yeah, they want to see it, you know? And then he said, okay. Yes, he did, you know? And they always go, remember when you did this and said that? And I always go, yeah, but I never do because it's the so many, you know, as a comic, it's so many different, yeah.
Yeah, like you know, every city going from night to night, you just one audience probably turns into the next.
I'll
And
tell you, when you get moved from the clubs to the theaters, it gets way better because you do less shows. So you're when you're younger, you want to do as many as you can. When you're older, you want to take a step back, think a bit, and then go out again. That's what you want to do. You
that
know,
makes
you don't
sense.
need to go on as much as, you know what I mean? It's like sex. You remember how to do it.
Figure it out as you go.
Yeah, you don't need to watch the YouTube video.
No, exactly. I know there's a little slap, there's a little tickle.
That's what it is.
Everybody's happy at the end.
Yes, and if it's too hard, you get charged. I get it.
Dude. So, how many stops on this tour? Do
On
you
this
even know?
one, oh, this was the end of Très Mis. So this was one,
Okay.
two, three, four, five, six, seven, and it ends in the last one will be. I'm doing the Halifax comedy TV taping. I don't know what it's called that show, but I'm closing that for them again. So that's good. They've been
Right.
really good to me. Now that there's just for laughs, it's turned into whatever it is. It's really good that there's a thing in Canada still going, and they use a lot of Canadians because there's some of my friends on that show too. I saw
Oh,
that.
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's good when I get to work with like old friends. Dude, I'm one of the very few guys that is this age that has been allowed to continue to do this. You know that, right? All my friends have been, they're gone, you know?
Yeah.
They shovel people out the door when you're not paying attention. You have to pay attention. So,
Like
that's what happens.
it is crazy the fact that it's almost so it almost may seem like a flash in the pan. Like one day you're hot and you're going on tour for the next few years,
Right.
and then maybe somebody new and interesting comes along. I don't
That's what
know.
happens.
And now then you're not getting the next phone call.
That's right. That's what happens. So what you have to do is constantly keep changing, keep reinventing yourself, keep finding another audience. Welcome to the internet. It really lets you do that. It really does. Put your stuff, if you're a comic, put your stuff into international markets and get famous all over the world. That's what you're allowed to do. Go do it.
Yeah, that's awesome
No, I don't
advice.
want to do that because of this and this and this. Just do it and shut up.
Yeah.
You know, shut
Hey,
up.
when you're going across the country and you're hitting all these different spots, are you finding the audience react to your material differently?
Yeah.
And do you have to switch it up a little bit based,
No,
or no, you just
no,
kind of,
because of me and the working within the character, I no, I do not. I
no,
some places certain things I'll shut down. I won't do like, the Trump thing is a bit of a drag because some people like the guy. So when I'm in those areas, I just lay off. But when I'm not, I go at him twice as hard as I should. You know what I mean?
sure.
Probably.
Why
So,
not?
there's give and take to that. And it all evens out in the end, I guess. But yeah, that's the only thing that I'm weirded out about is this country where I work in this country. Well, it's not half the people. I would say a quarter of the people like the politics, and I can't follow that. I can't. I don't have respect for that at all.
Yeah,
If you
like I
can't
guess,
see what that is, I mean, it's happened before in Germany. Pay attention to history.
oh
Jeez,
yeah, no,
my
exactly.
God.
It's frustrating at times, and probably I can understand why you'd want to stay away from that
I'm
as
Canadian.
well. Yeah.
I mean, I
Uh,
live here, but I still, at the end of the day, I think like you.
yeah.
Frig, man. Come on. I don't want any of this. None of it. Well, jeez, starting wars is not a good idea. What do you want me to
But
say?
you heard it here first.
Well,
Starting
wow.
wars is
Come on,
not a
shit's
good
in color
idea.
now. Relax. You know?
Um, when you're rolling on to stage now, like, are you still getting nervous?
Oh
Do you
yeah, because of
still
the
feel that
GAD, man. But then when I'm
anxiety before you
on,
get onto the show?
yeah, sickness, like like vomitus sometimes. If it
Really?
depends, and it isn't based on how important the show is. It could
Right.
be just the simplest thing, and then you never know. It's just my, how I'm feeling that day, and then it comes up. But then and the beauty of me is, as soon as I walk out on stage, because of adrenaline, it's completely gone. So I'm better on than off. I'm better on stage than off, and that's why I'm able to do
Yeah.
this because this is what's his name had Jack Parr,
Hmm.
or not Jack Parr, another Jewish guy. I forget his name. I don't remember his name, but it stopped him. It stopped him from doing stand up.
Wow.
Hang on a second. I think I have
Yeah, for sure, man.
if I can remember the name of the guy. I just want to see. It was uh, Mort Saul.
Okay,
Mort
I don't know
Saul.
more.
Yeah, he was an old comic from like, like I think the 50s or so,
Okay.
or something, or maybe the 60s. But I had an album from him, and then I did a little research, and he had GAD, which is
Mm.
undiagnosed. You don't understand. Like they sent when I was a kid,
Well, it didn't exist.
it didn't exist. So you know what? They sent me to a psychiatrist from school. I was 8. Psychiatrist. And the guy said to my parents, "Yeah, he's eating too much ketchup."
Who one judges that in an 8-year-old? You're like, how much ketchup do you eat?
No,
Every
no.
every 8-year-old's diet is hot dogs, French fries, and ketchup.
That was
You know, and,
psychology.
and if you're lucky, maybe you're getting a grilled cheese. That seems crazy. That's the diagnosis. He eats too much ketchup.
Yeah, that's what they said. I had no idea what was wrong with me.
I'm gonna
And then I
need
went
you
on
to
tour,
switch
and
him
the other
over to
comics,
mustard.
they used to laugh at me because I'd barf before the shows, and then that turned out to
Really?
be like a serious thing, it actually threatened until they got me on medication. It threatened to stop my career because you can't be that nervous. It's crazy. Like you want to die, eh? It's a horrible
Oh,
feeling.
like
Something horrible is about to happen to me. And
how old
then
were you when that was starting to happen? Approximately, like
teens. It started
teens.
with the
Yeah.
sweaty hands and that kind of thing, which went away completely and then turned into this overwhelming thing is what happened. Yeah. So since I was 18, I would say, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because like it was like you were talking about you kind of made made it big internationally with
Yes.
the advent of the internet.
Yeah, I did.
Um, like I would have thought that it would have been before that, but
No, I
was
made it like
there
I'm talking about I'm really big in on the continent of Africa. These things like that. You know what I mean? Huge. Like
interesting?
because yeah,
That's awesome though.
Africa. Yeah. And I was born in Cape Town, just so you know,
Oh,
but
no
we moved when
way.
I was one.
Okay.
So my mother is fascinated by this because she lived there and actually,
Yeah.
I was one and I've been back like one time and not a, but it was a beautiful country. I remember that. And then my mother was just thinking, do you think that it has something to do with the way that you do your act because we're actually born there? And I said, I don't know. I have no idea why. But they were one of the
Yeah.
first internationally to explode. Like if I put a TikTok video into Africa, it goes, if I get a whole bunch of,
That's
it
fantastic.
kills. Holy
Like, I
jumping.
mean, I would think like that there wouldn't be that much that would have stuck with you. But now having, as I say it though, it's probably coming down from your parents that it's just kind of rubbed off
Well,
and
right, right.
who knows what it is, but
Okay,
obviously
when
there's
I get
something that's
crazy,
hitting.
when I'm angry on stage and I'm doing my father. I know that for a fact. I am. Who was South
Go
Africa.
back
So
and
maybe
watch
that,
it and
yeah,
there's your
maybe,
dad. And
yeah.
that's probably what it is that everybody else recognizes their father up on stage.
Yep, you do. I mean, he's the guy that you saw growing up. So and he was really funny when he got mad. So I know I am because I'm just copying him. You know? Ah, jeez.
So
Uh,
when was it that you thought, hey, this comedy thing is kind of working out for me. I, I think I can make it.
when I went to the Montreal Comedy Festival and I went on and I blew the place to pieces. And then I went, oh, gee, I've gotten better. And some guy came running from the side of the stage. He was the head of the festival and he hugged me.
That's
And I
great. Like, I
remember
mean,
thinking, gee, he's hugging me for too long.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're gonna need a little bit of space, you and I.
it's true. And it was Montreal, and I didn't trust French people with their emotions.
You don't know what's gonna happen
You
next.
don't know. It's going to happen in two official languages.
Yeah, you'll be inside a tub somewhere and
Oh, jeez.
taped up. You don't know what's gonna happen
I watch
when the
those crime
emotions
shows.
start getting going.
I watch those crime shows, don't you? I do.
Oh yeah.
I
You
watch
know
those.
what? It's mostly my wife. And I'll be honest, I am afraid of waking up dead one of these days.
That's I
Like
do that in my
she's
act.
planning.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
writing it. She's taking notes like it's
Yes. Oh,
journaling.
I know.
She's
I
got
know.
markers out. She's got stamps going. I don't know what it means. I need to decipher it,
It's got
but
stamps going. I don't know what
like
to do. I don't
well,
know what the stamps are. I don't know. I
those
don't know.
journalers, they're crazy people.
Well, you know what it is about why I turn them on at night and I go to sleep to the guy's voice talking about murder. That's what I
They
do.
do have those deep, soothing
Yeah, it's very
voices.
soothing.
Some people might go to an app like Calm or Headspace. Not you. Not
No,
you.
no, I tune into murder. Jeez. But the number of times you just go, that's the most depraved thing I've ever seen in my life. And then you watch the next episode and it beats it. My God, humans are garbage.
Oh
My
no,
God,
completely.
we're
Yeah.
garbage. My
Yeah. Like
God.
I don't like just talking about absurd. I don't know if it's the fact that everything happens within a minute and it goes around the world and it is in everybody's ears, or the fact that society's going crazy.
I think it's the news saying everything is shit every day, and then you watch those shows and you go, you see, they're right. That's what it is. I think
I
that's
have
what it is.
I have just confirmed that the world is going to hell in a handbasket,
Well,
and it's going at 100.
we're still here, though,
Yeah, today,
And I live in gun America. Yeah, yeah, I do. I live in like shoot anybody and maybe get away with it, the United States. Yes, I do. You know,
but yeah, you still come home, still
I
come
do.
back up to
I
Canada,
do.
and we
But
appreciate that.
when I land, I always go, phew.
It's just sit down, kiss the ground. I s- I've I've
But
made it
here's
out.
the
I'm
thing that
back.
happens in Canada to me that makes me nervous. Like when I walk through the airport, especially with the dog now, because I made the
Yeah,
dog the dog's really famous now, right? Because he's like a long-haired Chihuahua and he's like really pretty and they see him all over the internet and he runs out on stage at the end and they love him, right?
yeah.
So, but when I go to Canada, people, because Canadians are much more polite than Americans, they don't come up to you and go, "Hey, you're that comedian." They just stare at you. So I look at the floor when I walk through the airport in Canada,
I
man.
don't because
Yeah.
everybody's eyes just turn in as you walk,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
parting the sea of eyes.
Yep.
But you're right. Like people, a lot of times in Canada, people aren't coming up to you. They
No.
kind of respect your space a little
Well,
bit.
I'm way better with that. It's because I'm a Canadian, right?
You're
So I'm way
right.
better with that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am actually. I think that's the way it should be done. I don't think you
We
should.
know our please and thank yous, and we know how to keep our personal space. And
Right. Right. But for a while, I was thinking, hey, these people aren't coming up to me because they hate me.
no, just Canadian.
It's Canadian.
I, I'd just like to be recognized. That's
No, I
all.
don't actually. I don't, and I shouldn't. That's why I keep the dog in the bag, zipped up when I travel to the airport because he's a dead giveaway, right?
Because he's the famous one.
He is. I call him the franchise.
Oh, that's hilarious. Listen, Jeremy, I've had a really great time. I always like to finish the show with a bit of a rapid fire round, a
Okay.
little either or, like your shoes or boots sort of question. And clearly you choose boots because you're not insane. But it's just a quick, quirky way for people to get to know you. And
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't think that I've ever gone through a rapid fire without somebody saying both, or there's a story that's thrown in there. So
Okay.
don't feel bad if we take a left turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So I wanted to slide right in there because I'm starting off with airport security line or hotel check-in.
Airport security line because they make you take your shoes off. They're all foot fetish freaks. You know what? You want to turn them on? Wriggle your toes.
Just take the socks right off. Next up, an audience member who laughs before the punchline or one who laughs 5 seconds after.
5 seconds after. The guy that went from before is mentally challenged. Yeah, what are you, a psychic? What are you, crazy? You think you know what
You
I'm going
don't
to
know.
say?
I
I
don't even
don't know.
know.
Get out of here. Go away. Leave.
Okay. So people who clap on the plane when it lands, or those that stand up immediately as soon as the seatbelt sign comes off.
People who clap when the plane lands because nobody trusts the pilot. He's not. He hasn't even worked for the airline. They just found a guy.
I
You can't see him.
okay,
That's why you can't see the pilot before the plane
I
takes off.
question sometimes when I land, like, and it hits down hard, and people start clapping. I'm going, that guy did not do a good
He
job.
did a poor
I am
job.
just telling you that right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like he's not getting a tip when I head out the front door.
Work
That's
on your
for
height
sure.
displacement, asshole. Okay.
Okay. Okay. An awkward elevator ride with strangers or running into someone you barely know at the grocery store.
Awkward with strangers because I generalized anxiety that would be horrible. I would probably fart and change the mood.
Okay. Opening night nerves or closing night exhaustion.
Here's what happens to me.
Okay.
Closing night exhaustion is way worse because when the gig is over for 2 days, I go into a major down depression, sadness. Very,
Really?
very sad
Oh,
when the tour is over. Yes, always.
yeah.
It's the end of something and the beginning of something new that could come and get me. You see what I'm saying? See how,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. I get around this every day.
Performing for a sold out crowd or performing for a small room that's laughing nonstop.
Small room laughing nonstop because that new material left, right, and center, and you're saying stuff you've never said before. And easily, there's no challenge there. So whatever works, works. And it's harder to make a small room laugh. You look way better.
Writing new material every year or perfecting one joke for decades.
Writing new material every year. I can't remember that shit. To go back, comedy is replaceable. Get to write another joke. Jeez, if someone rips you off, write another one, or you're a shitty comic. There it
Yeah.
is.
You laid it out.
Well,
Some last absurd questions. A hotel room that's too hot or one where the thermostat clearly does nothing.
I hate the too hot, don't you?
I do.
I
I
hate the
do.
too
It drives
hot
me nuts.
because you can't open the window anymore in the hotel room because
No.
people jump out of the window
I was
because they
going to
don't want to
say they
pay the
don't want.
bill.
I
Maybe
didn't
that's
think it
not
was
the reason.
because they didn't want to pay the bill.
That might not be the
That might
reason,
be a
but
little extreme.
well, you know what? Because humans are so screwed up. I'm sure it has been the reason
Uh,
before. Yes,
I
I'm
will.
sure.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No,
It
me
wouldn't
neither.
surprise me. But
Me
I,
neither.
I might, lean back from that analogy when it's like 99% of them are running or jumping because
Okay,
they don't want to pay the
99.
bill. I know hotel rooms, the prices have been really increasing though. Like, come on, like
They
300,
are
$400
really
or
like
500 a
expensive.
night. Come
In
on.
Toronto, because yeah. We had to include they have to cover the hotel now for me because
I would hope so.
yeah, it went way up. I mean, it great like more than double the thing in Toronto.
That's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I get it. COVID, man, it really screwed everything up. Like it really the world never came back. You realize that, huh? Yeah.
No, like it's turned upside down.
It's really nasty. It's too bad it happened.
Okay, I got two more for you. And
Two. Jeez.
yeah, come on, stay with me. An
The show's as
airplane,
long as that radio. It's been alive as long. My God. The show lasts 74 years. Jesus.
it's only because you've added a story to every rapid fire
I
question that
can't
I've
help
asked.
it.
The show
It's
was
not an
supposed
act.
to end 15 minutes ago,
It's
but
not an act. I can't help it.
rapid fire. Okay, an airplane seat that won't recline, or one that reclines way too far that you feel guilty.
I like the one that reclines way too far so you can sit in a lady's lap.
Mm.
Just
Just
lie
just
right in the lady's
just
lap like that
just
the whole
massage
time.
the head. Just
Yeah. And then you'll be looking up at her and she'll be looking down at you. And then you let it go long enough until she says, "Are you going to move?" And then you say, "No, I'm not."
I'll be I'll be here for the next 4 hours. Would you like to meet my dog?
Do you know what I did once on a plane? There were two bald men, and I was sitting next to a kid, and they were swearing. They were like low rent bald men swearing on the plane. So they fell asleep, and I had a red Sharpie, and I drew two nipples on the back of their head. The kid was dying laughing because it looked like two boobs sticking up over the seat every time they moved their heads up and
That
down.
is
The kid could
awesome.
not stop laughing. Yeah.
I'm opening up the show with this, just so you know. Okay, okay. Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Someone explaining their dream to you, or someone showing you 200 photos from their last vacation.
Oh, that's both. That's the both. They both stink. That's both. That's just
Drive you
people.
nuts.
Get out of my day. That's both. That's a tie.
Oh, dude.
That's the same person on two consecutive days that I can't stand. That's that person. Yeah.
And
Both
that,
those things. I can't choose what's worse. I'd probably listen to the dream than look at the vacation photographs. I never know what to say. Oh, look at you standing next to that different tree. Geez, I don't know what to say.
lovely tree.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't care. I can't remember where I was in last night, let alone what you're doing on vacation. Like, how do
What
you expect me to react?
are you reliving it by showing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not there anymore. Check out that snowbank, goof. You're not in Hawaii anymore.
Uh, Man, I've really appreciated you spending some time with me. That's been another episode of Backstage Lowdown.
That's
Thanks
been
so
five
much.
episode of Backstage
That's
Lowdown. It's the
right.
longest show in the world.
I am going
Wow.
to be putting out this material for the next 3 years.
Let's see how you do it. You only do one every 3 years because it's so long. There it
Exactly.
is.
It's now the Andrew Stewart and Jeremy Hotz show.